In this video, we're going to talk about a new definition for sine and cosine. And there's not a lot of algebra or calculation that happens in this one, but there is some explanation and a new definition that you have to have memorized. All right, so before attempting this lesson, just make sure you've heard of sine and cosine before, and we've talked about SOHCAHTOA before. All right, so previously we defined sine and cosine as the ratio of sides of a right triangle. So we have this right triangle here, our angle, let's just call this like X, Y, and Z. The sine of this angle A was so opposite over hypotenuse. So that would be sine. I would define it as the sides of a right triangle being divided. However, we want to put angles in the sine, but not every angle takes place in a right triangle. For instance, there's angles that are bigger than 90 degrees or bigger than 180 degrees that couldn't happen in a triangle. So it's convenient to use a new definition for sine and cosine that doesn't rely on a right triangle. All right, here's the new definition. So we're going to take a unit circle. This happens a lot in math. You use the word unit. That just means 1. So this means a radius is equal to 1. And making a radius 1 just makes all the math simpler. You're going to have an angle t. So sine and cosine always require an angle. And we're going to have it in standard position. So let's draw that first. We have our angle in standard position, which means one of the sides is the positive x-axis. And just draw the angle anywhere. All right, so let's say that's our angle. We're going to put a unit circle centered at the origin. So we're just going to draw a circle. There's really no scale here, but this radius, let's not put it there. Our radius is 1. So a radius of 1 for that circle. You can see our angle is kind of nested inside. This is our angle T is what we're calling it. And you can see this angle, its terminal side, which is the one that's not the x-axis, hits this unit circle at this point, which is going to have an x and a y value, right? Every point has an x and a y value. And what we're going to do is we're just going to call the cosine the x value and the sine the y value. So this is what we're going to do for sine and cosine now. We're going to draw our angle, see where that angle hits the unit circle. X is cosine, y is sine. So that's kind of the most important part of this definition to remember. Cosine is x, y is sine. All right, normally we say sine and cosine when we talk about them together, but actually cosine comes first. It's the x value. All right, is this definition the same as our old definition? I'll just do this real quick. All right, so let's just say we have this angle here, t. We have our unit circle. And we have this point, x comma y. All right, is this definition the same as before? Let's just focus on sine. We don't have to do both of them. All right, the sine of this angle, based on our definition we just had, is y. But is it the same as our SOHCAHTOA definition? Well, let's see. So it's hard to use SOHCAHTOA when you don't have a right triangle, but I can make a right triangle by just drawing this line straight down. And you can see I get this yellow right triangle here. All right, so let's label the sides of this right triangle. All right, going left to right is just your x value. I guess that's x is how far you go left and right. Going up and down, that's just your y value, because that's the definition of y, so it's how much you go up or down. And then what's the hypotenuse of this triangle? Well, it's just going from the center of the circle to the outside. And we said this is a unit circle. It has radius 1. So this is our right triangle we kind of created. And if we took the sine of this angle, we would do opposite is y. Our hypotenuse is 1. And you see we get y. So it actually ends up being the same definition, but just kind of, or an equivalent definition, but just doing it in a different way. So we're not kind of reinventing sine. We're just talking about it in a different way. All right, so in this video, in this lesson, we're just kind of focused on this new definition, finding sine and cosine when information is given to us. So if we wanted to find sine of this angle t, we have our unit circle. We have our angle drawn. We see it hits the unit circle at this point. And we know sine is the y value. So the y value is 0.761. So that's all you have to do. Know that sine is that y value on the unit circle. What about cosine? Cosine is the same thing. Unit circle, angle, point, but we take the x value instead. All right, so that's really all you have to do in this lesson, is just recognize that sine's the y value, cosine's the x value. All right, what about this one? Nothing's going to change. Let's find sine. All right, hopefully you kind of already say in your head what sine is. Sine, we have our angle, hits the unit circle, sine's the y value. So it's negative 0.317. All right, cosine, exact same thing, but for cosine we use the x value, negative 0.948. And I'll just do one more. Doesn't matter what the points end up being. All right, it's still the same process. Sine of t is the square root of 3 over 2 because it's the y value of that point in the unit circle. Cosine of t is 1/2. All right, so nothing changes if they're fractions or if they're decimals or if they have square roots. All right, just sine is always the y value. Cosine is always the x value of that point on the unit circle. All right, so here's one for you to try on your own. All right, find sine and cosine of this angle, and I'll show you the answer in 3, 2, 1. All right, and sine is 0 because that's the y value. Cosine is 1. All right, so now it's time to practice. Again, it's going to be just like the examples we just did, but the main thing knowing cosine is x, sine is y, and just this new definition of sine and cosine. It involves this unit circle. It has a radius of 1. All right, unit equals 1. All right, so unit circle has radius 1. Our our angle hits the unit circle at 1 point. X is cosine, y is sine.